The results of Lewis Hamilton's new floor upgrade at Ferrari have finally been revealed. And what's coming out of Maranello right now is being called one of the biggest breakthroughs in recent Ferrari history. For months, both fans and experts were wondering how Ferrari would respond to their performance issues and whether Hamilton would ever get the car he truly needed to fight at the front. After struggling with a difficult SF25 through the early part of the 2025 season, Ferrari has now brought in a massive change, and it's already showing incredible results. The team has introduced a completely redesigned floor on the SF25, and the early data shows that this isn't just a small upgrade. It's a complete transformation of the car's performance and potential. Everything began with private testing and simulations in Maranello. Ferrari engineers had been working quietly behind closed doors, looking closely at every aspect of the car's aerodynamic behavior. Through these detailed simulations, it became clear that the real problem with the SF25 was hidden underneath the car. The floor, which is one of the most important parts of any modern Formula One car, was limiting everything else around it. Without a stable aerodynamic base, nothing else could work properly. This floor was causing instability, poor grip and inconsistent performance, especially in high-speed corners where downforce and balance matter the most. With this understanding, Ferrari began developing a brand new floor design. This wasn't just a tweak or a small change. It was a radical redesign of the floor's geometry, the airflow channels, and how the car managed underbody air. Once the new floor was ready, Ferrari didn't wait to put it to the test. Even though Lewis Hamilton didn't drive it during the initial runs, the new floor was tested by Charles Leclerc and a Ferrari junior test driver at the Red Bull Ring. The results from those sessions shocked even the most experienced engineers in Maranello. The changes were visible immediately. The car became much more stable, it turned better in the corners, held its line more confidently, and no longer felt like it was trying to fight the driver every lap. Drivers reported that the rear of the car, which had been unstable and prone to sudden loss of grip before, now felt planted and predictable. This was a huge step forward for Ferrari, especially considering how much Hamilton had struggled with rear-end instability earlier in the season. With this new floor, the car finally felt like it was working with the driver, not against them. One of the biggest technical improvements came from how the new floor managed airflow through the Venturi tunnels. These tunnels are essential for creating ground effect downforce, which pulls the car down onto the track at speed. Before the upgrade, the airflow under the SF25 was turbulent and would sometimes stall mid-corner. That caused the rear end to become unstable and made the car unpredictable. But with the new floor's reshaped tunnels and pressure balance, the airflow now stays attached, even when the car is turning sharply. That means the car keeps grip and balance through corners instead of losing it suddenly, which was a big problem before. Ferrari didn't stop there. The engineers also improved how the floor and diffuser worked together, especially around the gearbox casing. They redesigned the central keel to make the car more stable under braking, another major problem that had frustrated Hamilton. Previously, when the car slowed down, the aero balance would shift unpredictably, making it difficult to know how the car would behave. Now with this upgrade, that issue is gone. The car remains balanced and under control during deceleration, which gives drivers more confidence when entering corners. For Hamilton, this means he can brake later, carry more, speed into the corner, and rotate the car with more precision. Exactly the style that made him so successful at Mercedes. Perhaps the most exciting part of this upgrade is what it means for tyre performance. Ferrari has struggled this season with rear tyre wear and overheating. The new floor has helped solve this as well. Telemetry from the long-run tests showed that the rear tyres are now running much cooler and more evenly. Tyre degradation has improved by around 17% compared to earlier races. That might sound like a small number, but in Formula One that's huge. It means Hamilton will be able to push harder for longer, extend his stints, and open up more strategic options. This kind of advantage is what allows top drivers to pull off race-winning moves like overcuts and late charges. The actual lap time gains from the new floor are also very impressive. In race simulations, the SF25 with the upgraded floor was between 0.3 to 0.6 of a second faster per lap, depending on fuel load and tyre choice. Those are massive improvements in today's F1. And what makes this even more special is that Ferrari achieved this without compromising on reliability or cooling, which are usually the first areas to suffer when chasing extra performance. That shows the quality of the engineering and the confidence Ferrari has in this new direction. Now, even though Hamilton didn't test the new floor at the Red Bull Ring, all the signs point to the fact that the car he will drive at the Austrian Grand Prix will feel completely different from the machine he struggled with in the first part of the season. Engineers are certain that this new setup will finally let Hamilton drive with full confidence, without having to guess what the car will do under pressure. He won't have to hesitate in high-speed corners or second-guess the rear end when accelerating. Out of tight turns, the new balance and grip will let him push the SF25 the way he wants to. This change also brings major benefits for qualifying. With the improved floor, Ferrari can now run the car closer to the ground without upsetting the aerodynamic balance. That means more downforce and more grip, especially in fast corners where qualifying lap time is won or lost. At tracks like Silverstone and Spa, where stability at high speed is critical, this could be the edge Hamilton needs to start fighting for pole positions again. Being able to start higher up the grid changes everything in terms of strategy and race outcomes. But this is just the first part of Ferrari's upgrade plan. The floor was designed to work in combination with a new suspension package that will be introduced at the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. This next upgrade focuses on mechanical grip and chassis behavior, especially during elevation changes and fast direction changes. These were areas where Hamilton had been suffering since the start of the season. When both upgrades are in place, the floor and the new suspension, the SF25 will become almost a B-spec car, a completely revised machine ready to fight at the front. There's also a psychological impact that can't be ignored. For months, Hamilton has been trying to stay patient and composed, despite dealing with a car that didn't suit his driving style. He made public comments about the difficulties, but never pointed fingers or lost motivation. Now, for the first time, that patience is starting to pay off. The energy in the Ferrari garage has shifted. Engineers are more confident. The body language around the team has changed. Smiles are returning. The belief is growing again. And Hamilton, who has been waiting for a breakthrough like this, now knows that the car is finally moving in the right direction. From the moment the new floor touched the track, everything changed. This upgrade didn't just make the car better, it fixed its biggest weaknesses. The car now feels alive, connected to the circuit instead of fighting it. The narrow operating window that made it hard to set up is gone. The balance swings that confused both drivers are now under control. The SF25 has become a more complete and predictable machine. It's not just about fixing a flaw, it's about unlocking the full potential of the 2025 concept, and maybe even turning the entire season around. Hamilton has said before that when he feels confident in the car, that's when he can do special things. With this new floor, that confidence is coming back. He's no longer spending his race managing problems or adapting to unexpected behavior. Now, he can focus on performance, lap after lap. His natural style is starting to show again, smooth, precise, aggressive when needed, and when a driver like Hamilton has the tools he needs, he becomes very hard to stop. As the suspension upgrade arrives at Silverstone, Ferrari is expecting even more improvement. That's when the full package will come together. A stable aerodynamic base from the floor, combined with better mechanical grip from the suspension, will give the SF25 a new identity. It won't be the car that started the season with missed chances and frustrating weekends. It will be a contender, a car ready to fight in the second half of the year.